You are tuned to Kennett Cablevision. Thank you for watching. It's time for talk. Each evening at this time, Monday through Friday, Rosemary interviews local personalities and others who bring items of interest to this community. Time for Talk is a community betterment service designed to cooperate with our local community betterment program. Tonight, Rosemary takes us by means of portable camera out of our studios and maybe into your neighborhood. And now, it's time for Talk.
This is our back patio. As you know, we're gardeners. We've had garden things on for years. And so if I'm not my usual gorgeous self this morning, it's because I've been in the garden and it's 95 degrees and it's hot as can be. But this back patio is where we bring our produce that we've picked, lots of cucumbers and peppers and tomatoes and squash, you name it, whatever is in season we pick. Now, I have some flowers on the patio. I have several flower containers and a couple of planter boxes. And let me tell you what I've noticed. I've noticed in my planter boxes, one of them has beautiful petunias in it. And they do well. They're a little leggy now, and I do need to pinch the heads off. But anyway, but let me show you the other one planted at the same time. And I have bought petunias 2 times and put in this planter box, and for some reason they're down now to 1 scroungy plant. Okay, so I got to thinking, what on earth could it be? What's wrong? And what we found out is, as I come up here to push the dirt down, sometimes it's soft and it moves underneath there. Now that's pretty firm. But there are some times when I come out here and try to push that dirt down and make sure it's wet, that there is a distinct feeling that there's something here that ought not be. And as I dig down to find out what that is, I'm aware that something is loosening my soil around these plants. And when I push down and I do find it come back, and then you see here I find a surprise. At least both of us were rather surprised to unearth this pretty good sized toad. And let me tell you, at times there's another one in here. Well, and yeah, look at that. And they both live in here. Now, somebody's got to go, because I'd rather have petunias than toads. See, they dug up in the roots. They get down because it's wet, it's cool. I keep these in the shade for the most part of the day, and I have 2, and that looks like it's moving right. Look at that! Look at that! Did you see that?
There's another one in there?
There's another one in there. There's another one. And he's under. Oh, did you hear him yell?
That's what you've been hearing.
That's what I have been hearing. There's 3 toads in here. And now you wonder why I can't grow petunias? Listen, so we went out and got bricks. And I thought, okay, I'll raise it up high enough that they can't jump in there. But let me tell you, they were not to be deterred with bricks. They have found. I had no idea there were 3 in there. There may be even more. Now you all, I'd rather have petunias than toads. So, just one of the hazards of trying to grow things, you'd like for it to look pretty. Now I'm going to push down, and sometimes something moves when I push down. I had no idea there were 3 in here. I knew there were 2.
Put them all out and they'll try to get back in.
All right. So I'll put them out here, And it won't be long till they all be fighting to get back in. And you just watch. Maybe we can keep the camera on and show you how they'll go right back in. And they've successfully, let's see, did that feel soft? No, I don't know. Let me see. No, I don't think so. Okay. Maybe just 3 live in here. But they, having a family reunion, I think, in my flower box.
Yeah, this is the common Fowler's toad. There's a great difference between toads like this and the frogs that you think about. Of course, our tendency is to use those two names interchangeably, but there are such great differences between frogs and toads that they're in completely different classifications, scientifically at least. So some of the major differences that you would notice, just even to the casual observer, is, of course, the warty skin. That's a thick, warty skin, and it holds its moisture a lot better than, say, the skin of a frog. A frog will dry out rather quickly, and so they have to stay in a very moist environment. A toad can get out and be on your driveway at night for long periods of time, and even get quite dried out, and he can still make it just fine. His skin is adapted to that. It's a lot thicker, more keratinized, we'll say, and that's one major difference. In fact, a frog can be killed with just putting Orajel on him, the kind of Orajel that you put on a baby's gums for teething purposes. That anesthetic in there will just absorb right through their thin skin of a frog and kill them within just a minute. A toad is not susceptible to that. He's got a lot thicker skin. They don't jump as much. They will surprise you what they can do, but they do not have the big springy jump that you think of in terms of say, a bullfrog. But here's the part that really is vexing Rosemary. Just watch the jump that this guy can make. He's going to get up into that pot. That's a 10.0 on anybody's scale. That's a great, huge jump for a Fowler's toad. You can also notice on these guys, with the Fowler's toad, you can notice those thick, powerful forelegs. The front legs on these guys are adapted for holding their weight on the land. And not only that, in mating season, they'll actually clasp the female with those front legs, and they'll jockey with other males who are trying to dislodge them from the back of the female. And so, that's the way that a frog ensures that his DNA is passed on when he fertilizes the eggs of the female, and then he'll hold on there for dear life, as it were. Those are some really basic differences. So the Fowler's toad, one thing that you'll notice about him on his skin, right behind his eye, on the back of the head on either side, you'll see a large oval, usually a little lighter colored, raised area. That's his parotid gland. That's like our parotid gland that we have underneath our ear at the angle of our jaw, the one that gets swollen when we have the mumps. Well, on the frog, that occurs on the back of the head, on either side, right behind the eye. But like many other glands in their skin, it exudes a toxin. So, actually, frogs and toads are all poisonous, and this Fowler's toad is no exception. In fact, if you have your kids out in the yard and we pick up a frog and play with it, aside from the obvious danger of being urinated on, if a child were to pick one of these up and then later on set it down and go his merry way, and he were to rub his eye, you could get a really painful burn in the eye from the toxin that can be left on your skin after you handle one of these guys. You also have to watch out for pets. If you have a small dog or even a medium-sized dog, if they manipulate one of these frogs, if they corner one of these toads, in the back of your patio and grab them with their mouth and chew on them for a while, the toxin from one of these Fowler's toads can be enough to kill a small dog. And even a medium-sized dog is at risk for having a wide array of symptoms. He can have a big swollen tongue and lips so that their face is almost unrecognizable, and it can swell into the airway. So you have to really watch out. Don't let your dogs chew on these Fowler's toads. These Fowler's toads also have an interesting ability to burrow, and that's what Rosemary's finding out with her flowers here in her flower pot. These guys will get into the flower pot. They love that moist earth because we keep our flowers watered nicely. And they'll get in there, and they have special hard cornified adaptations on their back legs, and they can just burrow backwards like nobody's business. And they can disappear down in there backwards in no time flat. They love it in there. And unfortunately, that's what is distressing Rosemary. So let's see if she can find a solution to these persistent toads.
And here it is, the 1st of July. And you can't find, most of the flowers are gone, and these are in pretty bad shape. I go out to find, I can't even find my dark purple that I wanted. And when I come in with these to plant, you know who's sitting right there waiting? Can't hardly wait till I get some things planted to get in there and dig them up. But anyway, we're going to have to move where I keep these boxes. I can see that. But anyway, I don't know if there's another one back up in here or not. But anyway, I'm going to plant one right here. I guess he's not. I'm going to put one right there. Let's shove that down in there and see what we get. Now let's see if there's another one over here. Where's that coming from? I don't hear any yelling going on. There's a big rock. That's not good. Okay, let's get one more. And the mosquitoes are really good. They're chewing on me as I'm doing this. Okay, now I'm going to pour a bucket of water on that, and then we're going to lift them up somewhere else. Just sorry, where'd he go?
Behind you.
All right, there he goes. All right, you just got to find a new home. That's all there is to it. I'm not doing this. Let me pour a bucket of water on there. I'd like to have rainwater to put on here, but I'd just like to have rainwater to do anything with right now. No more rain than we've had. Okay, come and help me pick this up and put it on the ledge. He'll just wait to get into it.
This one ain't quite as heavy.
Come around over here. This is shaky. Sorry if you're thinking Rosemary's petunias don't look as good this year. Remember, I'm not only raising petunias, I'm raising frogs. Not by design.
You have been watching Time for Talk. Time for Talk is a community betterment service designed to cooperate with our local community betterment program. Time for Talk is brought to you through the cooperation of Kennett Cablevision Incorporated and is produced through the facilities of the Slicer Street Church. The Holy Scriptures come alive. Coming up next. Stay tuned.